Okay, we're rolling.
All right. Looks like you're gonna have to sit over there.
Gotta sit. Yeah. So as soon as we got this thing,
Grim. What?
Scooch. As soon as I got this couch, Kilo immediately laid on it.
Oh, really?
And just took it over. Yeah. Just like it was at home. Where's my dude?
You're shit out of luck.
Where's my pre-workout at? You guys kidding me?
What did you expect to happen?
Dude, I don't know where my pre-workout's at.
Isn't it a giant container?
No, that was my pump. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just gonna grab a single serve. This podcast is already a mess.
Did you have them both together?
What?
Did you have
No,
them together?
Well, technically the pump's Sarah's, so it's in her drawer. So.
You're actually looking for the
Powder.
Oh, not your drinks you just mixed up.
No, I didn't even mix one up.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Is that juicy nectar pretty good?
Yeah, you want to taste my nectar? My juicy nectar?
Wow. You forgot one. Oh, is there room?
We are exceeding.
room.
We are exceeding the weight capacity.
Wait, what is it?
550 pounds.
We're not there yet.
How much do you weigh?
250.
I'm 207 probably. And she's like probably 130.
Okay, so we're there.
140.
Or right there.
It's
pretty damn comfortable.
It's not bad for. Oh yeah, you asked how much it cost. So it was $219 on Amazon.
Wow.
And then for the Prime Day or whatever, it was like 20% off.
Oh shit.
Or something. 15%.
Just
I don't know. It was like $189.
200.
Yeah, I had Isaac put it together Monday night. So he did a good
Monday
job.
night.
Yeah, it came in. It was here. It was here yesterday when he came in.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
In here.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It came in Monday night. Yeah, but dude, it took like 2-3 weeks to come in. This took forever.
It's actually very comfortable.
It's not bad. Yeah, so your side is still a little wrinkly. He said all the cushions are like vacuum sealed.
I'll be surprised to see how long it stays comfy.
I'm honestly shocked it feels as solid as it does. Especially with the feet on it, because I contemplated not putting the feet on it, but we'd literally be sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of want to get some blocks or something and set it up a little bit higher, because we're sitting a little bit lower than where we were. So it's kind of like messing with like
Is it?
our backdrop.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah. What's up, G?
It'll probably be easy enough.
Yeah. Yeah, so welcome to Strengthcast. This is episode 10.
Is it?
Episode 10. We've made it 10 episodes.
I
want to say our views are just getting lower and lower
That's
as
okay.
we go.
Whatever.
But hey, one of these days it'll take off, right?
Yeah. And even if it doesn't, screw it.
Honestly, for the small amount of viewers that we have, or listeners that we have, we get a lot of good feedback, and we really appreciate that. It means a lot to us. This is just, again, just something impulsive that we decided to do like off the top of our heads and whatnot.
It means a lot to Chris.
It means a lot to me.
I could care less. I'm just kidding. Actually, there has been a couple people in the gym that are like, yeah, I listen to your podcast in the car and stuff like that. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh.
Well,
it kind of actually surprises me. Like people actually take the time to tune in.
My goal is to get 5 more episodes done and then start sending it over to like Apple and Spotify.
Gotcha.
That's a whole process in itself.
So the most important part is we've started and we've proven that we can make it 10 episodes.
Yeah.
So now we should probably try to get a little bit more serious about it every time we actually do.
Yeah.
As far as scheduling, as far as having topics.
And I want to apologize to you guys that have asked, like, hey, like, when are you doing another podcast or this or that? Or it's just like, I literally texted Seth last night. I'm like, hey, podcast tomorrow. And so, and then he didn't reply. But yeah. So, anyways, I'm working on getting some guests. I had an OG in the fitness industry, gym industry, in a couple days ago, and he said he'd be happy to be on the podcast.
Do I know about that?
Yeah, I mentioned the person to you, but so I don't want to spoil that yet.
I'm all over the place.
I just told him that it's up to him and his schedule, and I'll make something work. Kilo.
Oh, no, gee. I know who you're talking about.
Do you see Kilo?
Yeah.
Just pouting outside the door.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
The OG.
The OG. But yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. But yeah, we've got a podcasting couch, and
Podcasting couch.
Yep. So
pretty awesome.
Want to plant a lot of butts on this couch.
Legitimate. Very legitimate.
Yeah. So
it's amazing how far everything just comes to fruition. You just keep adding little things and
just little stuff. Yeah. Kick that open just a little bit. So Kilo's gonna try to come in. I meant to like gram out, but what's up, dude?
Anyway, do you get anything for today?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah.
A little bit. So, I had to write it down.
So you lied to me.
No, I just chat GPT'd it.
When?
While we were talking.
So did I.
You did?
Yeah, I got some questions for you.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
All right. So what initially got you into fitness?
Oh my God. How long of a Graham, you gotta do something, girl.
This can be.
Well, I would say,
and this might be for the newer people that don't really know Chris much, but
I guess I'll make it.
I'm sure a lot of people know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll make it pretty quick because this is kind of a long story, and there's a handful of different things that started my interest, and it all just kind of worked together, kind of thing. So, I will say, when I was a little kid, I had this little troll toy. This sounds like it doesn't make sense, like fit in, but like it was like a troll, or I don't know what it was, but the dude was like freaking jacked, just crazy like muscles, and I remember like saying like, I want to look like this dude when I grow up. And I mean, he also had long hair and missing teeth, so I didn't want that part of it.
Yeah.
But, hey, stop. And then, I had my injury, like where I broke my hip, and so I was like trying to do some corrective exercises, and I was kind of interested in working out a little bit, like in middle school, just because I was kind of a fat kid, and I was trying to not be a fat kid anymore.
You say fat kid. How heavy do you think you were?
In middle school, I was like upper 150s.
Okay.
For me, all right, here's my unit of measurement at that time when I was a kid. I could put my hand on my side, and my stomach was like protruded out further than my hand did. And yeah, so like, I had a belly and like, the man boobs and stuff. And like, I was just, nutrition wasn't really an important thing growing up. And so I bought a Men's Health magazine or book that like talked about how to, it was like, oh, you gotta eat the egg beaters and all this stuff, and had a bunch of workouts in there. And I tried to follow it, but obviously I could only follow it so much.
Now, how old were you at this time?
I was probably in middle school, like early high school.
Okay.
I think I threw the book away when I moved, finally, but I don't think I have it anymore. But, and then, off and on in high school, when I was a freshman, before my injury with my hip, my cousin was like the captain of the football team. He was quarterback, and he actually started bringing me into some of the morning lifts with the football team. And just try to get me fit and active and just be honestly a positive influence. And then actually for my birthday, he bought me my first weight set. So
wow.
Yeah, my cousin Derek. Yeah.
Shout out to Derek.
Yeah. So he bought like, one of my brother's old friends, he had some decent friends, not a lot, but he had some decent friends growing up. The rest were shit. But like Terry, he actually gave me a weight bench, but no weights. And then my cousin ended up buying me the weights to go with it. And so I had a little setup at home and stuff. And I threw together this stupid workout. Like it took me like freaking 3 hours to do. And like, obviously I was doing too much. I was trying to do everything at once.
Sure. Gotcha.
And do it like 3 or 4 times a week. So, but anyways, had a couple dumbbells, had dumbbells up to 12 pounds. I remember I couldn't even really do a lateral raise with them because I was so weak with 12-pound dumbbells. And yeah, and then like I would just use that in high school, and once in a while I'd go with friends to like the civic center and stuff. But I had a girlfriend that was an athlete in high school, and she was pretty freaking jacked. She was more jacked than I was, and I would say like after high school and stuff, like she kind of stopped working out when she was in college, and I was really trying to get more into it. One thing led to another. We ended up breaking up. And like the old cliche thing saying is breakups create bodybuilders. Like Dalton that works for me in the mornings here at the gym, he's like, hey, like let's get your ass in the gym, like let's go make something positive out of this. Gotcha. And like that was also after my 3rd hip surgery where I had a reconstruction surgery. So that girl and I broke up, and like 3 days before, I couldn't walk for 3 months after that surgery. She dumped me like 3 or 4 days before I could start walking again. And that was a process because I basically had to learn how to walk all over again. Not being able to walk for 3 months, having to have my whole leg like rebuilt basically. And like, so I got back in the gym and literally I was in the gym on a walker, and I would go over and I'd grab dumbbells from the rack, and I'd walk them over to a bench, and then I would just use the dumbbells and I'd take them right back. And that's kind of how I started, and had my reconstruction surgery. And then I started getting really, really serious because I was like, I need to make some personal changes, and I wanted to make something positive out of a lot of negativity in my life, not just like relationship wise, but just growing up. And so then basically 2014 came around, and I was still getting after it and working out, and then had a friend, Judd, and we decided to start a gym, and it just kind of took off from there. And then Mark Torgerson, he's a member here, shout out to him. He was my high school geometry teacher, and failed me, but he was my high school geometry teacher. And he basically he was coming to my gym, and he's like, you should go do a bodybuilding show, or you should compete in a bodybuilding show. And I'd gone to one once. Otherwise, before that, I thought it was kind of stupid until I went to that one show. And then after that, I was bit by the bug and just decided I want to do this. And I was in prep a few months later.
Oh.
So that's about it. What about you?
Interesting.
I will say, not to interrupt, I never really did sports. I was never a big sports. I was never a big sports person. I went out for wrestling one time, rolled my ankle, called the coach, told him I rolled my ankle, and then he sounded really disappointed. And then after that, then I blew my hip out, so then I couldn't do sports.
Yep, got it.
But
yeah, for me, it was just, gosh, I have a really terrible long-term memory. But I was always...
You have a terrible short-term memory.
I have terrible memory in general. I was always... I'm not going to call myself an athlete, but I was always in sports, and I did every sport besides baseball and wrestling. So ran track, did football.
When I was a kid, I did baseball. I did
t-ball. When I was a kid, I did all that stuff, but didn't ever really think about it because I was I didn't really want to do anything even sports wise until I was starting to get older in high school and whatnot. What I'm trying to say is I was like a screw off. Just all I wanted to do was have fun. And finally I started getting back into sports seriously. And with that, just being in the gym, obviously, for football practice and, all that stuff, just I got pretty fit, and I was a pretty big guy for my age. So
yeah, you're over 300 pounds, weren't you?
Quite a few years after this, but this is high school time I'm talking now. So I was probably 220, 230. pretty strong, and then wasn't really fat. I mean, I had some, I was a lineman, so I had some fat on me, but I didn't really get fat until after I graduated high school. And after I graduated high school, I started working, and then quit going to the gym because the only time I went to the gym was when I, was in sports. And then finally, I'm like, okay, I was like over 300 pounds, and finally I'm like, this is enough.
Come on. Out. Graham, come on. She's overheating. Good girl. Sorry. You're over 300 pounds.
Yeah, so like gained a lot of weight in the yeah. Gained a lot of weight. You're such a
There's more room now.
You're such a douche. Gained a lot of weight when I was working because I graduated high school and I didn't go to college or anything like that. I went straight to work. It was kind of the best in my situation. We can talk about that another day, but ended up working at a cooperative spraying corn and beans, and what that led to was 7 days a week. I don't even know how many hours. It was 16, 18 hours a day, every day. And what that led to was just eating like dog crap, like just stopping breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the convenience store. Turn around. I'm like in my early 20s. I end up being really heavy, and I'm like, okay, this is not cool. Like, this is not where I want to be. So moved from our acreage that we rented to Jessup. And then I think Colin Becker, I don't remember, but right away when I went back to Jessup Gym and started working out, I remember Becker was in there, Ryan Youngblood, and I just fell in love with it. And
dude, how
it was over being fat. So
with those guys and with all the and like, I love our independence people. I'll say this: I love our independence people, but I will say like when the Jessup crew started coming here. Like a lot of the Jessup Gym people started coming here, and even in the early days, like during COVID, right after like we were able to open back up when Rix and Gene decided not to open up their weight room again, the whole dynamic of our gym changed.
Really,
and I think it changed for 100% for the best. And I love our Jessup group, like just like you said, like Colin Becker. Sorry, Kilo's barking. So Colin Becker and Ryan Youngblood, oh my gosh, I always forget his name. He moved to Cedar Rapids, older. Kyle, yeah. Kyle Barrett.
And there's a handful. I mean, Brock Winters was in here. Devontae. There's a ton of. When Jessup Gym closed, pretty much everybody came over here.
What was oh my gosh, he hasn't been here for years. He was a lot quieter, but him and Colin were like two bees in a pod. Hunter? Was it Hunter?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Hunter was coming in.
Yep.
Yeah, man, it's like I'm sorry, I'm probably forgetting some people. I've got a terrible memory too, but it's like we've literally had thousands of people walk through our doors, and like that's one thing that like just going back to Jessup and Rex, like that's one that like I look up to Rex for so many things, and I have for years since before I even owned a gym. But like he knows everyone's names, and that is such it's such a gift.
Yeah,
and like
it'd be so hard not.
I'm terrible, and like, and I'm so thankful that like our members, like if there's a sometimes with some members I'll just be like, I'm sorry, I'm just blanking on your name,
right?
And they're like, you're fine, you've got tons of people in here. Like I don't expect you to remember my name, but it's like that's my job.
Yeah.
So like I try to, but I forget.
I don't know. Yeah, going back to that, one thing I will say is like being at Jessup Gym and working out there for quite some years. We would it was just very tight knit. It was like everybody's in one room. You get to know everybody, and like everybody got along. Everybody was happy. Everybody's there to progress and get stronger. And, it's like, it wasn't, when I come here, I see, it was a smaller gym, I would say, in comparison to foot traffic wise than this is.
Oh, Jessup?
Yeah.
Really?
So, more people, I think, obviously would come through the doors at Jessup Gym
Oh yeah,
just because he's so,
iconic.
well known and
Yeah.
iconic. And um, so like people travel out of the state, from different states to come see Rex and Jessup Gym. And but the gym, the regulars was a very tight knit small group of people, so you knew everybody. And then like when you come over here, there's a lot of people that I don't even know. I've never seen in my life, and that could just be because I didn't grow up here. But you have a lot of people here every day lifting weights. How many people do you think are in here every day?
Every day, I don't know exact numbers with daily attendance. I could if I were in a report, but like also not everyone. That's the thing. Like not everyone scans their code
Well, yeah,
at the door,
right.
but like we've got right now we're averaging about 260 members.
Okay.
So, which is pretty darn good for us.
Yeah.
So I think the most we've ever been to was 275.
Was it okay? Probably right after COVID or something, or
No,
no?
no COVID. It was so actually going back to COVID. So before COVID, I saw screenshots of like how many members we had. It was my goal actually by the first of the year of 2019 to hit 100 members, and we're creeping, and then like we hit 100 members, and then we got shut down. And then, unfortunately, Jessup Gym closed or decided not to reopen their weight room. They didn't close until like a year later. The other gym, next to us closed.
I gotcha.
Excuse me. So we absorbed a lot of those members when we reopened. But we had people traveling from out of state, all over the state. Because we were like one of the very first, if not the first gyms to open. I'm not just saying that to brag or like anything, but like we were ready to open.
Right.
We bought and sold a bunch of equipment. We did a ton of improvements, and we were ready. And, but we over doubled we were at within maybe a week, less than a week, we were like 220, 250
Wow.
members. Like it was, we weren't prepared for it.
I bet not. I can imagine.
I was not prepared. It was, well, that first day we opened up, I was here at 5 a.m. and the gym was already full. And, we were supposed to have a capacity. And like, I spoke to, my attorney landlord, and we decided on a capacity. And there were nights like literally I would have to stand at the door and we'd have to walk through and count how many people were here. And then we'd have to do one in, one out.
Man.
Yeah. And so, it was nuts, man. Like, and that's when we used to do like a $2 drop in or like a $3 drop in.
Yep.
And that's when I jacked it up. And I'm just like, hey, you know what? Like, we're a decent gym. I felt like we're a nice gym at the time. And I'm just like, I know not everyone will agree with me there, but, that's when I jumped my price up to $10 for a day pass. And like, some people are like, oh, it was $10 for a day pass. Jessup was $1. It's like, yeah, but we also sell memberships, and like, the memberships make it significantly cheaper as a day-to-day aspect.
Honestly, me and you both have been to gyms outside of the state. $10 is nothing.
$10 isn't shit. You won't lift outside of Iowa for $10.
Right. No, not even. It's hard to get.
On average, I pay when I travel is $20
and that's cheap.
A day pass.
I think still that's cheap.
There's some that are 30, 50.
Yeah.
When Sarah and I were traveling out to Aspen a couple years back, I looked into a gym in Aspen, and I messaged them. First, it took them like a week to get back to me, which already I didn't want to give my business. But like, they're like, yeah, it's $50 for a drop in. I'm like, thank you very much for your time. And I guess I'll just go a couple days without working out. I was on vacation anyways. So, but so I jacked up a daily rate then to $10, just because we are a members first gym, and I'm prioritizing my members.
Right.
And the fact that during COVID, we had people, and thank God for them, really appreciate them coming in. We had people traveling from all over the place. Like, no, like, you guys, like, yes, you traveled, but you're going to be paying $10, and you're only coming during staffed hours. I'm not letting you in our, before or after.
Yeah.
And you're going to pay a much higher daily rate than what our members are because they're taking up the same amenities and same equipment as our members want to use too. So our members should get priority or get at least the same treatment and
definitely the best way to
a
look
discount
at
rate. But you have any other cool questions or?
I don't know. I got
like 50 of them or what?
Well, there's like 100 of them. So we could do podcasts for days.
Dude, you should take a screenshot of that.
It saves it.
Oh yeah.
There's probably.
Is there? Do you want to do one? I don't know how long we've been going for. Do you want to do one?
There's 35 questions on here. I had a couple picked out, but
say, do you want to do one more that we can hit real quick and then?
Real quick one. If you could train with any, obviously, pro, who would it be?
Man, I hate that question.
Why?
Because, for one thing, I'm never gonna be able to keep up with those guys, even if I.
Who gives a shit?
So here, I'm a pro, right? Let's say I decide to compete in NPC and I get my IFBB pro card. I'm still probably not gonna be hitting the gym with the same intensity as those guys, and I'm not trying to make excuses or anything like that, but I'm just working with half the parts that they have.
That wasn't a question.
And so, I feel like
there's gotta be a guy.
Okay,
I know who mine is right off my head.
You?
Yeah, you probably know who it is too.
Who?
Just take a guess.
Ronnie Coleman?
No. Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Feroci.
Oh geez, yeah.
That would be like the fucking greatest
I'd
time.
puke 5 minutes in.
Yeah. Well, they did that training with Seth with legs with Seth or something.
Yeah.
I wish I would have went to that.
Yeah.
That would be like the greatest time ever.
I tried getting them to come up here.
That would be so fun. I remember that.
So I have already trained with a pro bodybuilder.
Yeah.
With Mark Loveline.
Yeah.
And I was
MTS.
Yep. I was 2 weeks out from a show. I already trained legs that morning, and then he called me a pussy for not training chest with him. So I did chest with him, and he absolutely buried me. I honestly, man, there's a couple people I really, really look up to when it comes to bodybuilding, and I really like the British guys because they're still hardcore old school bodybuilding.
Right, they are old school.
They're not about the frills. They're not really about the social media. They don't have highly produced content. They have really good content, but it's just raw, and they just lift heavy ass weights, and I love that. So I would say when it comes to maybe a couple British guys like James Hollingshead, he's a pro. Cuba Sylvester, I believe his name is Sylvester Keane. He's another one. He's not a very well-known pro, but he's a pro. I like their methodologies when it comes to training. When it comes to American guys and more likely or more probable, Brett Wilkin is one of my favorite bodybuilders.
Okay.
He's from Iowa. He's a Des Moines guy.
Yep.
I've had the opportunity to meet him and talk to him and stuff. We actually ran into each other at the gym when Sarah and I were out in Denver. At Armbrust Gym when he lived out there. Him and Ivana are freaking amazing people.
I think I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, so I was
is that his wife?
Yeah, I was a couple weeks out post show and we were on vacation and Sarah and I are doing legs and then all of a sudden Brett Wilkin just appears out of nowhere and he walks up to Sarah and he's like, "Hey, nice shirt." And I'm just like, oh my god, Brett Wilkin's talking to my wife. Oh my god. And I'm like, I just literally just stopped mid-set, jumped up. I'm like, "Hey, Brett, I'm Chris." And he's like, "Dude, nice shirts." He's like, "You guys from Iowa?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I've got one of those. I've got an Iowa Strength shirt." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I sent it to you." He's like, "What?" And I'm like, and then he's like, "Oh, you own Iowa Strength." And then that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So I would love to train with him just because he's nasty, man.
Yeah.
And he's such a good guy.
The question, I guess this question is based off of that exactly. Who do you think you could have fun with and really just have the time of your life training with?
I would say
instead of more serious. Just
I would say either Brett Wilkin or Justin Shire, just because I feel like I could match. Not their intensity, but their training style best.
Gotcha.
For one, because that's going to be important to them.
Right.
And then they're just down to earth people. Like Brett's
Yep.
like a really cool, chill guy, but he has that switch he can flip it on and off when it's time to lift.
Right.
And then Justin, he's a lot more. I'd say like he's like a go with the flow kind of person, but he's like really really sarcastic and he's a smart ass. And like I think like we kind of like
You're definitely not a smart ass.
I think we'd hit him out there. So yeah, but yeah.
All right.
Seth would be awesome. I'd love to train with Seth too, Frosi. But I think I'd be scared of. I think I'd be scared of training with him. He's just crazy, man.
That's
crazy.
that's what would be awesome.
I'd be down.
I'd be
down.
I'm all
for
in
it.
there.
I'd be down for it, but
Dude, but like going into that, he would not even give a shit. Like these guys don't
Yeah.
care that you're not.
no.
Like you can't expect it. So like, and in the sport, and I'm not too familiar with the sport, but in most sports, guys that are actually like, I'm sure, there's a lot of people with big egos, but like
Oh, yeah.
a lot of those guys, they're going to be there to help you as much as they can. And and just like,
But the way I look at it is there's a give and take. Like they've got to be able to get something out of it too. So like if I
I don't know.
I think you would give them a run for their money more, and I think honestly you'd be a better fit just because like you're more capable of doing things, if that makes sense. Like you're stronger, you can do an actual back squat.
Yeah.
You can
Right.
all these different things and like most of these guys don't even back squat anymore. They do
Right.
these machines and stuff, which isn't I'm not hating on it because I don't squat either, but
I just fucking hate. There's always like I hate the idea that there's always got to be a give and a take. Like I just that's.
but like
everything always has
like,
to be transactional.
well,
like,
but
why?
here, look at it this way though. So that's their profession. That's how
I
they make
get
their
it.
living.
I get it.
So like they take it super super serious.
Right.
It's no different than like someone coming in and being like, "Hey man, like your busiest day of real estate. Like let's
I
say
don't care.
you don't care."
Right behind me. I don't like that.
But also there might be a couple times where you're just like, "Get the fuck out of my way." Just get the fuck out of my way. And like and it could when it comes to like training, like with those guys, it might be like that too, because like think of it, like they're so much stronger. Like let's say you're doing some kind of incline chest press machine, like these guys are putting 6 plates on that machine. I'm doing 3,
Right.
so it's constantly exchanging plates and like
Trust me, I understand that.
I would try to be the weight bitch because like I don't want to hinder their workout.
Yeah.
Like,
We're thinking way too far.
probably, but I don't. The last thing I want to be is like a nuisance to someone else or a burden. And I even like when Torg and I were training, like when he was coaching me, like we trained together for like 2 years, and he was stronger on a handful of lifts than I was, and there was a couple lifts that I was stronger than him on, but not many. And like it was just like I kind of even felt like I was like burdening him a little bit.
Yeah.
He never said anything about it, but I just kind of felt like part of it, like I was in his way, and I was grateful for being able to train with him. I learned a lot, but
I don't know.
I'm probably thinking too deep. But
Well, that's just not like I don't know. It's not my style of like I just don't think that way. I guess.
I don't want to go in. I don't want to go into be like, yeah, I want to train with Brett Wilkin and Justin Chair and make it sound like arrogant, like I could keep up with them.
Oh, we know that. Like that would be silly.
Yeah,
right?
it's like I would love to train with them. I would love to be able to keep up with them, but there's no way I could.
Right.
So
It'd be
not yet.
There's probably one guy in this gym that could.
Chance?
Yeah.
I love Chance. And I would say this to his face. But Chance would blow them out of the water for strength.
Strength-wise.
But he's not used to doing above 6 reps.
Psychotic intensity, fucking.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
He is
Chance,
super
Chance,
intense.
Yeah. Chance
But
would push himself.
When I think of Seth Feroce fucking lifting weight, and just going back to he's the person that I've looked up to the most.
Owner of Accent Sledge Supplements.
Yeah.
Buy him here at Iowa Strength.
Fucking shout out to them guys because they're a huge part of why I'm in the gym today too. But him and Bobby are awesome. But like, you watch his YouTube videos, and it's like there is something fucking wrong with that guy.
Yeah.
In his head.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah,
it is insane.
Well,
but
like,
you can just see him physically fighting demons like as he's lifting weights, and
that's
like, but on a level 10, like we do that.
Yeah.
But his level's just 10x.
Oh yeah.
Insane.
Well, And like going back to like my reason why I got started in the gym is like, dude, like I still do, but like I had a lot of
Right.
unresolved
Right.
shit,
Right.
and that I just didn't know how to deal with, and
Yeah.
like this is my way of working it out because like, I not to get too personal, and I've kind of discussed this on my podcast with Brandon before, but like I didn't have like the best influence, like one of the best influences growing up. Like my mom's great, but like my brother wasn't the best influence, and there was a lot of anger in the house. Excuse me. And that anger was shown in physical ways, and like so for me, and like I'm not a violent person, but like I carried a lot of anger, and like
Yeah.
I didn't know how to get it out. And it's just like, okay, like being in the gym, like that's a positive way, like
Right.
I can work through like the things like I've seen or I've heard, I've been told in the past, and like I can actually like picture certain things and think certain things, and like I can control that and use those moments or those feelings to like push myself through something that my body does not want to do in the gym.
Right.
And it's just like it's bad because like that some of it can be anger filled or rage filled, like but it's like it's a form of therapy, and it's just like that's where I think like so many people could benefit from some sort of physical activity.
Oh,
It doesn't
definitely.
it doesn't even have to be working out. It could be
Right.
like running or hiking or biking, power walking. I don't know, maybe not that, but that's not intense enough for me. But it's just like it is a form of therapy, and it could be for a lot of people. And
It
like,
is.
it's
100% therapy. But
Sarah's a little bit different. She's like, she's a very happy-go-lucky person, and she's like, man, like I don't like going in the gym when I'm in a bad mood. I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, like I don't. If I'm in a bad mood,
I'm the same way.
Really?
Yeah.
She's like, if I'm in a bad mood, I'm gonna have a terrible workout.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Me too.
that's crazy.
You haven't noticed that? Like I get off track and just like
Yeah.
I just can't focus.
Monday.
Like yeah, like
You're
just,
you're a little stressed.
like, I
seem a
just
little
can't-
stressed Monday.
I just can't focus, and
Yeah.
so. But I like some of my best workouts. I come in here and I never like kept that shit bottled up. When I grew up, I had a lot of the same issues as you. But going back to my short term memory, maybe it just kind of like brushed it off shoulder and moved on.
Dude,
And I never bottled that shit up, or I buried it so deep where I like don't even think about it because honestly, it's like give it up. Like you,
move on.
what's the fucking point of like even bringing it up anymore? You know?
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's because if that's going to hinder me in my life if I continue to think of that shit that happened in the past. But anyway, when I come into the gym and I've had a great week and it's fucking Friday and we're about to hit back and like I'm not stressed or anything, like I'm gonna have a great workout because I'm not gonna be thinking of anything else besides that. Like 99% of the time when I'm in here, I've got 15 other things going on in my head.
Yeah.
And that's not just here too. That correlates back to home with Trina, and it's not good, but like it is what it is.
And the women behind us, or
thank God.
in front of us,
Right.
are freaking angels for like
Oh shit.
dealing and putting up with it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
but it's like obviously like we support them the best we can
Yeah.
too, but or better, but or a real man would, but like it's just like Sarah's been through a lot, like with dealing with my preps and me trying to build and run the gym and working full time on top of that back when I had a full time job, and like and just trying to help coax me on how to be a better partner. Also, it's just like but
Thank God for them. Cause
so I was gonna
I legitimately a year and a half ago, just called Trina and said, "Hey, just quit my job," and she's like, "Oh, yeah," and she made the best of it. And
so
it's like
Sarah told me to quit my job.
yeah.
I was on.
Which is great.
Did I tell you that story?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
She's like, figure it out one way or another. Like,
no, she was. Well, yeah. That. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sarah, I was on a phone call, frustrated, like a conference call for work, and my phone wasn't on mute. My head was in my hand. I was just shaking my head. Sarah came in the office because I was working from home, And she's like, just fucking quit. And I'm like, and then someone on the other side of the phone goes, what's that? And I hit the mute button on my phone. I'm like, seriously? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, I wrote out a letter of resignation, and I'm like, I sent out some demands. I'm like, if you're not willing to negotiate with these demands, find my attached letter of resignation. So boom. 2 weeks later, I was gone.
Yeah.
September 10th.
You gave me your 2 weeks, huh?
Yeah. I shouldn't have. I should have walked out just because
I couldn't.
That ship was burning, and it was, dude. I don't know if I told you, I was getting phone calls up to like over a year in text over a year after I left with questions and people asking me for help on stuff.
Yeah.
And finally, I sent to my old boss, and I was like, hey, her name was Sarah, my supervisor. I was like, hey, just so you know, so and so sent me this text message and has called me, and I talked to them, and I sent screenshots. I'm like, and just so you know, for any further communication, my consultation rate is $120 an hour.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, thank you. And I never received a single call or text since.
Good. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But
pretty crazy. But yeah, thank God for them. And
I was gonna say something else. Oh, like yeah. Oh, I have a bad memory too. That's what I was trying to say. Like there's a lot from my childhood I honestly just don't remember.
Yeah, which is probably a good thing.
And like I will say, like, I grew up and I didn't ever go without. And I had a good time. I had a fairly decent childhood, like, you know, off and on, and but there's definitely some good things, some fond memories I have. But it's just like there's a lot of things, like even my mom will tell me or whatever, or even high school friends will tell me things like friends will tell me things from high school. I'm like, dude, I just don't remember.
Yep.
There's been so much that's literally feels like a whole lifetime ago.
It does.
There's been so much that has happened since then. I just, like, and I'm a different person. Like and I know you're not supposed to live with regrets, but there's a lot of things I wish I would have done differently. And like, I think a lot of it, like, not to use, I didn't deal with a lot of things the way I should have. There wasn't a second in my life for like the better part of, over 10 years that I wasn't in an immense amount of pain. And I just didn't know how to deal with like a lot of feelings of like, you whether it be depression or anger.
You're when you're that young, you have no idea either.
And so like, there's just like, the only thing I can do is, like you said, is just like the past is the past and just move on from it, and know that, I'm in a better position, and the people that, were in my past are better without me, or in a better position now that things have moved on, and whether it be friends or relationships or whatever, and just try to focus on the important people in my life now. And
so you can do, man.
Yeah.
I think between the ages of 16 and 30, there's a lot of young adults that don't know what the hell they're doing with their lives, and
there's people that make it all the way to retirement.
Right,
just like,
right.
What am I?
But when I feel like when you're over the age of, I don't know, when you're over the age of 30, you can kind of like, you've experienced more.
Yeah.
And you can kind of say, like, okay, hold on, like this.
How would you know?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I see a lot of young kids struggling.
I still don't know.
And it scares the hell out of me. And and so, like, I will say this is very important to me. If you're a young one in your 20s and you are confused and you don't know what's going on and you're having problems, like, reach out, because I will do anything I can to help you.
Absolutely. Same here. Like,
I've seen it a lot, and I dealt with it and I felt it, but like, you just got to keep pushing and forget about the bullshit from the past and move on and make your life as good as you can moving forward. Because if you don't, it'll just chase you the rest of your life, and you'll truly never be able to get past it. So,
on that note, episode's over. Thanks. See ya.
Yeah.